clapping for season 3. Guys, welcome back. Happy season 3.
Thank you. It's actually happening.
It's actually happening. Woo! Are they gonna do it again? You guys gonna do? Okay, no, they're good. They've calmed a little bit. What's it like coming back for season 3? You excited?
It was as much of a pain in the ass as the other 2 seasons. Nothing really changes on this show. Just more blood, and a daughter. Ash has a daughter.
Oh boy.
Hello.
Oh, poor daughter.
I've had a chance to see the season premiere. Arielle, you get just as covered in blood as everybody else in your first episode.
If not more so,
Were
in
you
the
excited
entire
about
season. Oh yeah, actually, I was really excited about that. It's not many shows you get to do that on. And
Were you a fan of the show beforehand?
actually, I didn't really watch the show beforehand because I'm a huge chicken when it comes to scary movies. For example, when I was 13 years old, I watched Scary Movie, which is meant to be funny. It's a spoof. And I got nightmares for about a week after that. So I've kind of grown up staying away from that genre. And then when I got the audition, I kind of thought I should watch the show. And I did, and I didn't stop watching it until I finished the entire 2 seasons in 24 hours.
Did you go back and watch the movies at all? Because the first movie and the second movie are actually scary movies.
Yes, they are. I did.
Yeah.
And it took me about a week to watch the first
Did
movie.
you not think Army of Darkness was scary? Because, you know, most 9-year-olds would disagree with that.
That is true, they would.
We do have talking skeletons, though, so it can only be so scary.
Yeah. I saw it when I was like 16, so I thought it was a very funny
You realized Army of Darkness was rated NC-17 when we first submitted it?
Oh my God.
Right,
Because
why?
the first 2 Evil Deads were not rated. Right. They were both released unrated. That's what people tend to forget. The ratings board was so pissed off with us when we submitted Army of Darkness, they went, oh, this is an Evil Dead movie, isn't it? The other 2, you didn't go through us, did you? Well, have fun getting this one through. NC-17 for talking skeletons. Yet, the opening sequence of Goodfellas, they're driving along, thump, 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 thump. Ah, the fucking guy in the trunk, the guy in the trunk. They stop, they open it up, there's a man bound against his will. He's been tortured, they tried to kill him already. Joe Pesci takes a knife. Hey, you fucking guy, you fucking guy. He stabs him 14 times in the opening 3 minutes. That's rated R because that's based on real life situations.
Ah, you think
Did you guys come
you're
out-
funny, huh? You think you're funny?
You're
You're funny guy?
Do I
huh?
amuse you? Am I
Yeah, amuse you?
I'm like, oh my God, I'm
Funny?
traumatized.
Funny
It's
how?
3 minutes of this movie.
Did Darkness come out the same year as Goodfellas? Is that why that movie
That's
is
not the point, sir. It's about the ratings board.
About the ratings.
And they can't touch us on Ash versus Evil Dead, sir, because we have unrestricted content.
On Stars.
You are basically watching an unrated television show. And if this was on crappy-ass cable, it'd be Ash would go, hey, you, hey, beep, beep, hey, blim, blim, blim. Cut to a commercial. If it was on broadcast, Ash would go, hey, commercial. So the only way this really is, and even if we made a feature film, because everyone kept going, hey, where's another Evil Dead feature film? Because all you fans talk like that. And the thing is, if we put out another movie, it would be rated R.
And only 2 hours. We got 10 hours, with at least an hour.
Baby Cakes, at the end of 3 seasons, we got 30 new hours.
Or no,
15.
Math is hard.
15 new hours. We're actors, not mathematicians.
That's true. We're not
But
Einstein.
I've played one on television.
But either way, we got lots of more than a movie would have been.
We
Lots
do, we
longer
do.
time.
So fans should appreciate / get the app / download / binge watch / send a big sloppy love letter to Stars if you want season 4. Yeah. It's that simple.
Illegal
Here's something
download doesn't help
about the savages who follow Evil Dead.
Savages.
This is one of the most illegally downloaded shows. And,
the world, in the
Stars is going, hey, we should get those ratings up a bit. Right. We should catch the millions of bastards who are illegally downloading this show. Our numbers would go up incrementally. So I learned something important about our fans. They're devoted and mostly criminals.
And they also sound like the Stars execs. stars and the fans.
No, the Stars executives, they sound more like that.
Lee Majors.
Are you dressed like a Stars executive today? What's going on here with that voice and everything?
Stars executives would be wearing a tie because I'm owned by Lionsgate now, and the new mandate says wear ties and talk like Gregory Peck.
Can we talk about what you are wearing though?
Sir, I'm in New York City during the Comic-Con, the New York City Comic-Con. This is how I show respect to the people who wear basketball shorts and flip-flops.
Here, here, here.
You lazy, miserable bastards, every single one of you. They pay good money to get a photograph.
No offense, sir.
With us or Norman Reedus, the dreamy Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus.
It's gonna go above their fireplace. What are they wearing? They're hey lady schmatties that they just dropped the snuggly and then took the picture and then zipped it back up on so they could go home and binge watch Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Illegally.
Illegally.
What a bunch of
In your snuggly, which is even more offensive.
shemps, all of them. But I think that a man who, by the way, a man who dresses well like this, get yourself a suit. Hugh Hefner worked for him.
This is Hugh Hefner realness in the daytime.
I guess you could
Only
say
better
it's
than
an
Hugh Hefner.
homage a bit to
no
Mr.
homage.
Hugh Hefner. Yeah. I never did get to the grotto, though.
Oh.
No.
You never got to the house?
No, I never got any STDs from that house. No.
Thank God.
Yeah. Hey.
So what made you want to homage Hefner? And then I'll get off the. I'll
Look,
get off
I'm
this
making
track.
this up as we go along here.
Hey, his shoes have a secret
skulls.
design of his
Oh,
skull.
the shoes are really
I don't know
cool.
if your cameras
Love
can
your-
get
You
this.
might-
Wait a second now. Hold it very
The
carefully.
evil
Good.
force
Look,
may get you if you look
first
at those
one
shoes.
gets $1 who knows what I'm talking about.
Just told him.
What's on the end of the shoe there?
I have no idea what I'm looking at right now, other than a shoe.
It says NC-17.
Sir, how are your eyes? Are your eyes any better? What do you see, ma'am?
That's
Oh, my
right.
God.
Hey, she got it.
$20 to the lady who saw
Where
the
are you
skull.
from?
I saw a skeleton too.
Connecticut people pay attention.
You have
Thank
a $1.
Very good. Thank you. So it's a further homage to our fine, cheap fans.
Let's talk about where your guys' characters are when we pick up this season. Right, where is your character? Where's Pablo when we pick up this season?
Pablo is an entrepreneur. He's got a little business. He's got his food truck and fish and chips business going. And life's looking pretty good for him. He's doing all right. He's not being tortured just yet.
Possibly go wrong.
What could go wrong? He's back together. He's in one piece. It's all right. Yeah, right.
But then,
But then the evil force comes back, and this season we really get to see Pablo tortured even more. And he basically realizes that his best weapon is the one that he has within himself. And evil sees him very differently this season, and he sees
Oh, that's
evil
right. He's
very
got the-
differently.
yes.
Correct. We've got something very especial planned for the fans this season with Pablo. His brujo powers might help us.
all right. And there's Bruce, your character is doing infomercials when we open this season, right?
My character's doing very well.
Infomercials, commercials.
He's doing so well, he's doing shitty local commercials
I loved it.
for Ashy Slashy's hardware store emporium and sex toy emporium. He's doing really well.
Got his SAG
Call us
card.
and your sex toy is free.
It's kind of like
Guys,
that.
that was a match.
Only I did much better than that.
Or is it?
And so
Very good at the local commercial vibe, by the way.
I grew up working on local shitty commercials. And I'll end my career on local shitty commercials. But no, it was, so Ash is at the top of his game. He has saved Elk Grove. He is the official hero now. And guess what? He's going to freaking cash in on it. Yeah. So that's where we find that jackass. Where's Kelly? What's Kelly up to? She's AWOL at the beginning. I'm not going to lie to you.
Go ahead. You can keep going.
There was a contractual issue which kept her out of several episodes.
That's not true even a little bit.
So we wrote it in.
You wrote the contractual issue into the episodes?
Yeah, where's Kelly? I don't know.
There's a contractual issue. Move on to the next scene.
We didn't, look, you don't ever spell it out like that.
That's what I thought.
In television, it's more subtle. Where's Kelly? I don't know. She, you know.
You mime it out. You don't spell it out.
Totally.
making up
it's
lies
a visual medium. So Kelly's AWOL because we don't really know, honestly,
Right.
and this I'm speaking the truth for like
Now it's
5 seconds. We don't know where her loyalties are at the beginning of the season.
Not loyalties. She's very loyal. We just don't know where she is because Kelly's the smart one and realizes you can have your parade. You and Pablo can have your fish and chips in your store in Elk Grove. Bye. Like we're gonna go away from Elk Grove because evil's coming back, and Kelly knows that, and she is a warrior without a war. You know, she is trying to stay within the fight. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What was so funny about?
I thought you were
You know, she has
insightful.
She has PTDD, post-traumatic Deadite disorder. She can't integrate into society. So she goes and like works at a bar in Detroit.
None of this is written, by the way. Absolutely none of this.
That's true. It's all backstory. It's what I came up with in my
What
spare
actors
time.
do, crying in their trailer. And then Kelly, she was an abused child.
Dear diary.
And the director shows up.
We're
and
ready
like,
for you, Kelly. Oh, here we go.
That's a Kiwi accent from New Zealand, you guys.
I'll be right out.
Such a
I'm
good
almost
impression.
done writing my backstory.
That was
Nobody
like.
cares about that.
We like slow clap for that awesome impression of me. That was really good. That was so good.
And then you get on
So-
set and they're just like, yeah, whatever. And,
And then I get there and I'm just like F-bomb
Whatever,
this,
stand here,
F-bomb
hit you
that.
in the face with blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but in all seriousness, she comes in at the end and you see where that
Saves
goes.
the day.
Well, sort of.
Well, I will
rolls
say
in
Kelly is instrumental in introducing another demon fighting squad because we can't do it alone.
But
This is bigger than you think.
I don't trust anybody.
What? That's
Yeah.
the Brujo Especial talking.
Listen, the illegal has powers. We need to trust in what he sees and what he knows.
If you're not deported first.
Your hair looks great.
I'm
What is
from
your
Puerto
shirt?
Rico.
What is your shirt? Can I see it? What does your shirt say?
It says hashtag PR strong.
Awesome. Give a round of applause for that.
Hashtag public relations strong. Is that what that's for?
Something like that.
Okay, yeah.
What is it like joining this crew 3 seasons in? They all seem pretty tight, and it's hard to get a word in edgewise from over here. So what was it like for you?
Actually, it was really awesome. Everyone could not have been more welcoming. I mean, I learned so much on the set. My experience is pretty limited before I came along. If you want to learn how to work on a set, Ash vs. Evil Dead is a perfect place because you literally get to do everything. I mean, not only are you working with incredible people and actors, but you get to be in an action movie one day and and then the next and then in the next you're
A whole $1 for that compliment.
She's from Australia. It'll go longer.
actually, yeah.
Sorry, dude. Yeah. Sorry.
No, that's all right.
That's $1.25 I actually gave her.
Yeah.
Well, in fairness, Arielle and Lindsay, who is also joining us, I've said this. First of all, they do better American accents than Americans. Like I really feel better than.
Let's not set everyone's expectations
That's very true.
really high.
No, but also it was effortless. Like just you joining the family. It was they're not only lovely human beings, as you can tell, but they're very talented actors. And they, by the way. Thank you, because Ray and I were no longer the new kids that are gonna get like covered in viscera and blood in the eyes 8 times in a take. They got it.
They got some
Thank
new
you.
they got some new pretty people to come
yeah.
on.
Yes, they did.
This
And
season.
so
Arielle, out of 10 episodes, how many did you get it?
I got 8 blood cannons.
minimum.
Wait, what's a blood cannon?
So it's basically when the art department guys have their favorite time of day. They get a huge air pressure tank, and then they get either a hose or like with piping at the end, or sometimes there's like a bit of rigging that like spins and it spreads the blood everywhere. So you're either getting like a chunk at you at once, or you're getting like slow, steady sprays
Well, the
of
slow,
a
steady
chainsaw.
spray works like this.
Yeah, you can do it.
Step up, Arielle.
All right, okay, I got this.
I'm chainsawing a demon. Ow, 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 ow. Now, okay, don't act. Don't act and be quiet. Out the back of her is the chainsaw, right? Where's the blood gonna go?
All over me.
Right there, if you're standing there.
Yeah.
Ah.
On the hair.
Guys, you just saw a preview of season 3.
February 25th, everyone.
In fact, that was better than season 3.
What's the most disgusting you guys have ever felt after a shoot? Like the most covered in blood, the most like you couldn't get it out of your hair.
I was
or
sitting
anything.
in my trailer being very particularly grumpy, and my wife came in and goes, "Well, aren't we Mr. Poopy Pants?" She accused me of having literally poopy diaper syndrome, PDS. When a kid is sitting in a poopy diaper all day long, they get
okay.
They get a poopy diaper syndrome. They get itchy, scratchy, sloshy. They get like they start to molt.
This is an analogy.
Of course it is.
Okay.
Okay,
I don't
because there's
wear-
diatram for
I
that.
don't wear
if you have a-
depends. Well, that depends. So, Ash is the equivalent of a kid in a poopy diaper. I'm sitting around covered with blood and mud all day long, working in dark cellars. Like, can we please have another dark cellar set, please, somehow? Can you make that happen? These are sets that are designed to break your angle and poke your eye out. Because the floor is no floor. The Kiwis are great craftsmen. They go, "Oh yeah, we'd like a nice rugged cellar floor." Well, you got it, Jack. Try and walk on that, mother scratcher. With jagged shit pointing out everywhere at your
I
eye.
have scars to prove it. We have
Yeah.
scars. We do.
We all
The
do.
CIA uses it as like one of those holes that they put you in when they're trying to get information from you.
When they want to break you.
When they want to break you.
It's a black site.
It's a black, that's
Yeah.
the word.
Yeah, that's
Black
where
and
that's
blood.
where we live.
But it's really good because then you don't have to do any acting when you're there because you're like, oh my God, you guys, it's a really good spider. Oh my God, it's like a spider in my face.
What about you guys? What about how much like blood you've ever been covered in, or how disgusting you've been? What's the worst you've gotten it?
I would say probably for me, it started with my birthing scene where I had a birthing scene out of my mouth, and they handed me these weird silicone phallic objects to spit out of my mouth that were supposed to turn into demon babies. So it was quite disturbing, but it was the beginning, and there were many more. So I'm good now.
And that's why you're my powerful vagina.
They're life affirming.
Let's
Strong and powerful.
get some questions from the audience, from your fans. Someone in basketball shorts, please.
Someone who's done a legal download. I'm sorry, go ahead, sit down, yeah.
You owe us $1.
My question is, I love the crossovers that Ash has, but I was wondering if there were any current or past horror worlds that you guys like to do a crossover in, like each of your characters.
We'd like a season 4. And then we'll take care of that for you.
That'll work.
Stars. Just tweet them a little something,
With a
something.
Z.
Tweet 'em.
Yeah.
That was for everybody.
Yeah, I know. There's no answer to that, sir. That's what I was trying to get at politely.
I'm gonna just.
Yeah, no, we got nothing.
Okay, next question.
Now, would we cross over with, let's say, the Evil Dead remake
Or This Is Us.
with the young new warrior?
I love that. I love that This Is Us crossover.
It's
That's really great.
interesting.
That's funny.
You
know what,
I'm so
it's
glad we went to the audience questions, too.
No, in all honesty, though, it's not that much of a stretch because season 3, we get to see something very special with Ash, who is emotionally stunted, to be polite. Who then has
Was
this
emotionally stunted.
Yeah, yeah.
Was.
Until we found out he had a daughter that he really cares for.
Which he's still emotionally stunted, but he tries, and you see it. But I love that about him. That like it raises the stakes, and we get to see him grow without losing what we love about Ash Williams. He's still like the antiquated views, bumbling, drunken, drug using. Things work out in his favor all the time. But now he like.
You're talking about onset or offset?
I'll let you decide.
Winky wink.
But truly, no. But I feel like with this is that like you guys. I'm just saying you may or may not shed a tear on Ash vs. Evil Dead multiple times.
You will.
You will. So This Is Us is actually a great crossover. And what network?
Season 3 is the jaw dropper.
Three's the jaw drop.
If
It
you
is.
still have a jaw left at the end of season 3, then you never had one to begin with. Because you're going to need a spatula with an extendo thing to pick it up off the floor and put it back to your mouth. That's what the whole.
Yes.
Would you not say? I might be exaggerating.
No,
a
you
small-
definitely.
I agree.
You definitely. People will be laughing, and some people will definitely be crying. It definitely is very shocking.
Over and over again. Like I feel like so many
But
episodes
not.
could be
It's
a
not
finale.
in a Dexter-like way.
No.
What-
My son will no longer recommend Dexter to anybody.
Because why?
Because of how they ended it.
Yeah, yeah.
They ended it so poorly. He went, okay, now I hate Dexter. Nope. Have you seen Dexter? Nope. Can you recommend it? Nope. So we know, as filmmakers, we wanted to make sure at the end of season 3 that it would not only be, if we don't go past that, it would still work. That was our goal, was to make it feel satisfying, like you didn't feel like you got ripped off, or like we got canceled halfway through a season break, like it happens all the time. I worked on The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
Yeah.
That thing had a two-parter ending. At the ending of the first part, we're all dead in a firing squad, and some stations went, oh, you're canceling the show? Okay, let's take it off. Part 2 was we wake up, it was rubber bullets. Professor Wickwire provided the bullets. Some people who didn't see the next part go, God, what a bummer way to end that show.
I love it. I wish I would have been cool.
Yeah, but not for that show. So it just shows you weird stuff happens that networks do where audience members, you go, huh? And that's why sometimes. So we're waiting to hear.
How similar to Ash do you feel like you are at this point? You've been doing him for so long. I'd imagine it's not just because you're comfortable doing him. It's because
It's the chicken and the chicken and the egg. One feeds another. Would I be heroic enough to save the world? In a minute. Am I as dumb as Ash?
No. Takes a very smart person to play someone dumb.
You know, if I said that, it would sound disingenuous.
That's why I said it for you. Can I have my dollar now, please? No, in all seriousness. Am I
She's
lying?
been working for it all day. All day. Wait, that means...
She's been jonesing for money
But
from the
in all
beginning.
seriousness, am I lying? Like, does he not regale us every day with? He's reading a different book every day. He's like one of those people that just like knows everything about everything. And you're just like, but how do you know that? How do you know that that's called like a scrimshaw?
Dear, it's called reading. Anyway.
Hooked on
anyway.
phonics worked for me. That's timely.
Look,
So
an
am I
actor.
lying? He's super smart.
Actors are making this crap up as they go all the time. Ash is a mishmash of everything we've done over the years. And now that we brought him back to TV, is actually my chance to do the George Lucas thing. Go back and fix Ash. Like Mr. Lucas.
you think he went back and fixed the Star Wars movies?
No, he went back and spent a lot of money to fix his crappy special effects that he should have left alone. Because we did on Evil Dead. You can still see the green garden hoses. We didn't fix that, George.
The garden hoses.
We didn't fix the green garden
What does
hoses.
that mean? Oh, with the blood came out.
Yeah. You can
Well, I'm
see them
just-
in the movie.
That's amazing.
We didn't fix it because we own up to our work at the time. We fought with the army we had at that time. We don't go back and refight the army. But I'm going back and fixing Ash.
All right.
Because the last time I played him was 25 years ago. You know, there's 2.5 decades of experience that I can finally bring and try and inflate him into a 3D character. Because before that, you know, he's a little on the 2D side.
Yeah, Army of Darkness, they built him out a little bit, right?
Yeah, he had more zingers.
Love the singers.
First you wanna
Love him,
kill me,
but those
then
are
you wanna
wonderful
kiss
two-dimensional zingers.
me. Blow.
Now, if you got to raise a daughter while you're saving the world and be a crappy father on top of it, it fleshes the character out. Because the idea is for any show, you have to find the characters endearing or you're doomed. Yeah. So you got to, especially in television, because you're in for the long haul, theoretically. A movie, you can snark your way through it, but a TV show, you have to start adding a little bit of substance to the characters and keep developing them. Even though we joke about it all the time, we do.
But I think that's why people respond to Ash Williams in the first place. Is that
Ash is
he's not
everybody
a-
here in this audience. He has no training. He doesn't know anything. He's not ex-military, ex-CIA. He doesn't live on another planet. He doesn't wear spandex. You know, he's
no
like a
superpower.
normal guy. Yeah, he's zero superpower.
Except screwing up.
Right.
But
and
it always
hopefully
works
people
out.
watching can go, oh my God, I could do it better than him. Right? That's the idea.
But then you like root for him when he's like
Right, 'cause
drinking
you know,
his Shem.
that's me.
Smoking
That's
angel
me, smoking angel dust. So when you're in your shitty trailer smoking angel dust, you go, it's just like me. Right?
At all the selfies you took at Comic-Con in your gym shorts, smoking angel dust, watching Ash. That's what
Yeah.
You love your fans, bro.
Yeah, man. Oh.
Please smoke angel dust responsibly.
Let's get another question.
Hey guys, I was just wondering what each of your advice would be if and when the demons actually started to attack.
Dude, I'm gonna speak as Kelly. Is that a skull ring? Because I would just beat the out of any. You put that up, first of all, it'll blind any Deadite, number one. Then you just like, fa-poom, fa-poom, fa-poom. You stamp it in. That's what the weapon of choice I would use before my deli slicer. That's what I would do. So you and me, my friend.
She said
Team Boylan.
She said fa-poom, fa-poom, fa-poom.
It's my very high-tech sound
fa-poom,
effect.
fa-poom. There you go. Run. That's what I do.
Yeah, I'd probably stock up on canned goods and water and leave. Like, hide.
So responsible.
I know.
You know, if you watch season 3, you're going to learn a lot.
Everything you...
Because those hypothetical questions are impossible to answer.
I just answered it.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Fa-poom, fa-poom,
Yeah, your
fa-poom.
fa-pooms were really very
Oh,
effective.
God, I'll teach you later.
Fa-pooms, fa-pooms.
Everything you don't think is going to happen, happens. Boom.
I think I have time for one more question. Right here.
So this is for all of you. What's your favorite Deadite fight?
That has happened?
Yeah, like up until now.
My favorite was the worst. Ash's head goes up a cadaver's butt. Now, just so you know, the way the mind of our twisted producer, Rob Tappert, thinks, man who produced Xena and beheaded Xena. You remember that, right? Because I guess Lucy didn't want to come back. So, the original concept is Ash fights with a possessed colon. So there's a lot of this. Fa-poom, fa-poom, fa-poom. Yeah. Yeah. Fa-poom, fa-poom, fa-poom. Okay, anyway. Who's going to use these microphones after this? That's what I want to know. It was the worst to shoot because Rob kept expanding it. And then finally it came down the pike. Something to the effect, I got an email like, I'm imitating Rob. You want to know what? We gotta go all the way.
That's actually really good.
I'm like, all the way where? Home. Colin wants to take Ash back home. So I went, oh, you're not talking about that, are you? Yeah, we're talking about that. In fact, we're gonna do it. So you don't really prep for a sequence like that. We're gonna put the cadaver on your head now, Bruce. There's gonna be some feces. It's fake feces. It's not real feces. There's no smell of any kind like feces. But just now, it might be reviling to you, the look and the feel of it.
We shoot in New Zealand, guys.
I'm like, it's just another fucking day of shooting this show. Anyway, so that was mine. And I'm glad it's in the rearview mirror. Box checked.
I definitely get your dumpy diaper baby mood.
Poopy diaper.
Yeah, I get it.
Poopy
now.
diaper syndrome. Yeah, PDS. It's real.
What if-
So, this question was for all of you, as I recall.
I do have to say, I guess opener of season 2 in that bar with the first time we hear that song, which was as terrifying in person as it was on camera. They're like, ashy, slashy, that whole thing. But I got 26 gallons of blood. I asked, and I know for a fact, that in my eyes when the barman's arms are off, and then it's just like going to town. And then the blood tank, I don't know. But I was real excited that I made some Hall of Fame with Evil Dead, and I went up to Rob Tappert. And I said, Rob, did I make the Evil Dead Hall of Fame? He's like, no. And I said, but like, I had 26 gallons, and then I was in that blood tank water fighting myself. Like, what has happened? He goes, no, Bruce had 400 gallons in Evil Dead 2. And I had 28, so he got it the worst. Here you go. I'll give that back to you.
I get a lot of crap from people because they're like, you don't kill anybody. You just scream and run. But I did sacrifice my life as Pablo last season. So, with that said, I think season 3, that all changes for me. So I'm very excited for everybody to see what happens in season 3 with Pablo and how he changes all of that.
Now, Arielle, you did get to kick a little bit of ass later.
Oh, I did, and it was really fun. But you will have to see season 3 to know my favorite fight scene. It's episode 10.
You will have to watch all the way through.
Oh,
Exactly.
Wait, I believe this is a fight that involves some form of appliance.
It is epic.
No,
No?
not that
No,
one.
that's another one, but you
No,
do-
that's another one, but it's not my
Lot of
favorite.
epic fights.
Yeah, they were cool.
There's but
Okay.
10.
There's so
Episode
many.
10.
It's one big fight. You know.
Guys, when can people start watching season 3 of Ash vs. Evil Dead on Stars?
February 25th.
Sunday
February
night.
25th.
Sunday, 9
February
o'clock.
25th.
Right here on Star.
Guys, give a round of applause for the cast of Ash vs. Evil Dead.